Alrighty, so we're doing 12 questions for 5.3. Before we begin, we need to talk about what this inverse function looks like. So essentially, for any exponential function that you have right here, this is the exponential function where you have a raised to the x. Its inverse is a log function, and that's written as log base ax. Okay, and this is for a positive, not 1, and x greater than 0. Okay, so for example 1, they've asked us to graph this equation. Remember, if you don't know what a graph looks like, the best thing to do is to go to a t-chart, right? So we can go to a t-chart. We usually plug in values for x. But if we plug in values for x, we have to solve for the y, and the y is in the exponential, so that could be kind of hard. So I would probably plug in numbers for your y. So we can do -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so if I plug these values, I'll start with 0 in here. To find our x, we have 0. 2 raised to the 0 is 1. 2 raised to the 1 is 2. 2 raised to the 2 is 4. And then remember with these negative ones, 2 raised to the -1 is the reciprocal of the positive one. So if positive 1 is 2, negative 1 has to be 1/2. If positive 2 is 4, negative 2 has to be 1/4. Okay, so now if we were to graph this, we'll start at 0, or sorry, we can start at 1, 0. So that's 1, 0, which is here. Then we can do 2, 1, which is here. And then we can do 4, 2, which is here. Then we can do -2, 1/2. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. I don't even know why I did that. So we could do 1/2, which would be like here, -1. And then we could do 1/4, which is like here, and that'd be -2. Okay, so our graph looks something like this. Okay, then we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 0, which means it's never actually going to get to that 0, okay? And that goes all the way up into infinity. This is very similar to our e to the x because this is the inverse of our e to the x function. Remember that, so our a right here has to be positive, right? Remember, our e to the x, e is just a number, right? It's 2 point whatever that goes on for infinity. And we know that e looks like the start of a cursive e, right? So if this is the graph of e, and the inverse always flips over that y equals x line, we know that it's always going to make this type of shape, okay?